Personally, I think the idea of things staying the same forever is quite beautiful. But alas, that is simply not the way the world works.
Error.
Hello, hello. Nope. Welcome, guys. Been 2 weeks since last stream. Been pretty busy.
Traveling to other worlds is all that anyone seems to be writing about these days. Goodness knows what they find so disappointing about their own world.
Thanks, Jaimiko. And with that, we'll be playing some Genshin and doing some speedruns of the event that I forgot to do. So let's get to it. Here we go. Oh yeah. Boop. Actually, no, I'll have it there. Just be smaller. Good. Okay. Here we go. So yeah, I forgot that we had events in Genshin. So enough to do that. Oh, there it is.
Ad Astra. Thank
Let
you
me
for beings of Ad Astra.
claim all these first. Come back where you go. There we go. All's better.
Nero's really got a lot
So
going for
yeah,
him.
lots of stuff happened since last time. One, we got more events. Two, I've been busy with work. And three, I've not done any of these. Except yesterday, which I just did this. All these 3 poems thingies. So let's continue. Where do I have? How do I game? This one. There we go. Here we go. Where is she? Where is she?
Wow, something smells so good. I think it's coming from this steaming thingy. Miss Honorary Knight, look at this noodly soup. It's so pretty. There's so many nice things inside.
It's not noodly soup. It's tonkotsu ramen, actually.
Oh, so,
You're kidding, right? Those are tri-flavored skewers.
and what about this little yellow cake?
That's an egg roll. They're amazing. Have you really not tried one before?
Wow, tonkotsu ramen, tri-flavored skewers,
They sure are. Guess you're not from around here if you haven't tried any of these before. Let me buy you an egg roll with my allowance so you can get a taste of our Inazuman food.
Really? But Master Jean said I shouldn't go taking other people's things. Also, that's your allowance, right? Taking another kid's allowance just seems kind of wrong.
Come on, shut up. He's trying to get Klee. Take it for a date. God Damn.
Oh, I remember you. You're Yoimiya's friend. How come you know how to make egg rolls?
Egg rolls are a piece of cake for this gal. Really? All right, we'll be waiting on those egg rolls.
Come and try some.
Do I have it?
Miss Honorary Knight?
I do not. Hold on. Give me one sec. Egg roll. Ooh, boy. Wait. What is... Ooh, a special dish. Nice. Oh wait, but I need 3 ordinary.
Miss Honorary Knight?
Eagle.
Wow, you really can cook them. You're awesome, man.
It's sweet. So yummy.
Yep, yep. It's delicious. Traveler, you are the best.
Yeah, these egg rolls are pretty good, but I still think Yoimiya's are better.
Who is Yoimiya? She makes egg rolls too?
Yoimiya can do anything. She tells stories, keeps goldfish, makes fireworks, and gives us candy. Yoimiya's pretty much the best and most awesome person ever.
For me, the best, most awesome person in the world is my mom. And Klee knows loads of other great people too, like Mr. Albedo, Miss Honorary Knight, Master Jean, Kaya.
Oh, well, I don't know any of those people. But anyways, I still want to introduce you to Yoimiya. If you want, I'll take you to find her. In most festivals, Yoimiya's so busy that you can never find her. She seems like she hasn't been in a great mood recently.
Okay, let's go play with Yoimiya.
Oh, that's cute.
Special yakitori for Sam. Come and try some.
There she is. I see her.
Yoimiya, don't be sad. Yesterday, I won 3 beetle fights in a row against that guy with the horns on his head.
Wow, Matsuzaka. Nice work. It's not easy to beat Ito. Don't worry, Yoimiya. Maybe you can't light fireworks during the Iridori Festival, but there are still lots of other fun things to do. I know. Thanks, you guys. It's just that fireworks are banned in the city for a few days. I'm not that upset, really.
Yoimiya, it's me! I want to introduce you to a new friend, an Outlander girl. I just met her. Wait, what's your name again?
Damn, this boy is trying to hit on different kind of girls left and right. Forgot her name.
Klee! My name is Klee.
Nice to meet you, Klee. I'm Yoimiya, and I run Naganahara Fireworks.
Hello.
I love the cute outfit, with the hat and the cool little symbols. So unique. And your backpack. Wow, it's really well made.
That's a 4-leaf clover. Mom and Master Jean said it can bring me good luck.
Really? That's awesome! I bet everyone would love one of those. Also, that little fairy on your backpack is super cute, too.
That's Dodoko, my best friend. We always go fish blasting together in Starfell.
Oh, Dodoko? What an interesting name. I really like it.
Yep. My mom says that when a Dodoko is born, it rides the wind and goes off on a big...
Ride the wind and go up on a big adventure? Klee, your mom sounds like a very cool person.
Yep. My mom is the best and most awesome person. And Yoimiya, Iwao was right. You're a really cool person.
Thanks, Klee. I feel like we really get each other. We'll be great friends.
It's so hard.
Hey, Clee! Since you like four-leaf clover so much, why don't I make a firework with a four-leaf clover pattern and set it off for you?
Yeah! And after the fireworks, we can go fish blasting with Todoko. Hold on a second. Fish blasting? No.
Oh, oops. I got so excited that I completely forgot about that. The folks from the Yashiro Commission specifically warned me that no fireworks are allowed.
What? It's not allowed. But... Aww. Okay then. Hey, come on! You just made a new friend! This is a happy occasion. Yeah! We still have loads of things we can do! Right! Just like Saika said, there are lots of fun things.
What do you say, Clee? Sounds like the Irodori Fest.
Okay then, let's go!
I still think we should change it. This party's a
Festival, okay. Oh, that's over here. Speedrun.
Here we are, the venue of the Irodori
Outlander Brigade. When the wind of death blew towards the blonde samurai? Oh, what a long name. Must be a new one. I've never heard of it.
by Kawabunga Iki. Yoimiya, this is a really
Who's this Kawabunga? It's pronounced Kayabuki Ike. The Outlander Brigade is a new series of mine, and When the Wind of Death Blew Towards the Blonde Samurai is the first volume.
Outlander's big break. Kaya says that every good story has to have best friends in it.
Absolutely not. I would never allow such cliches in one of my novels. This is a book about betrayal, blood, and tears. A long and lonely struggle. A stubborn samurai's path to the truth. This is the kind of story that needs to be
Oh, is that right? Well, I'm not sure that's a very, suitable story for Clee.
Hey, miss! Don't go! Are you sure you don't want a copy? I'll give you 40% off.
Shotgun.
Why is this real good for the festival?
Wait, not you.
Flowers for Princess Fischl. Oh, look! It's Fischl's story!
That's right! Flowers for Princess Fischl. Have you read this book before, Clee?
Nope, but I know Fischl's story. Fischl always hangs out with Oz. Everyone in the Adventurers Guild knows. It's just like how me and Todoko are always together. I wonder if Todoko is getting bored.
Oh, Clee, I'm afraid it can't be helped.
Darn. It seems like even the... There must be plenty of things you can do with Todoko besides lighting fireworks.
Yeah, like,
No, not start painting.
wait, so that's what you're...
That's right! The Irodori Festival is a place for putting your work on display. Bingo! What do you think of that idea, Clee? Mr. Albedo taught me how to paint. I can paint the story of Todoko's adventure.
That's very imaginative. I think it's a great idea. We could even put the finished story on display.
Yay! Great! Todoko will be so happy.
Perfect. Okay, so I have some paper, paintbrushes, and paint at the shop. Let's go to the shop and paint your story there.
Yay! Let's go! Let's go! Those two can run so fast when they're motivated. We better catch up.
Thanks for your support.
That's far.
If this rain keeps up, my fur will be dripping wet.
Cleaned I just had a discussion, and we've decided.
We're gonna keep the content of the story a secret from you guys for now.
Why?
Obviously, I can't tell you why. Or you can keep exploring the festival while we're busy in the shop. We'll be here when you get.
Come on, Yoimiya, we should get going. Let's go inside and start painting.
Oh, Paimon was hoping that we could all paint together. Actually, Paimon's got a nice.
Can we? We can. Let's go.
So, what does Dodoko do after getting to Inazuma?
Dodoko goes to eat tri-flavored skewers, tonkatsu ramen, and egg.
Ooh, that sounds great! Is that what you're painting? Once you're done painting, let's go get it printed. We'll print a whole bunch of. Although it'll cost a lot more to get it printed.
It's okay, Yoimiya. I have some Mora. Look!
50 Mora is probably not quite enough. Well, if we don't have enough, we can ask the Traveler for ideas.
Miss Honorary Knight has helped a lot already. I don't want to trouble her, so I think I should just go fish blasting to earn some Mora.
No fish blasting. Paimon and the Traveler said.
Oh, then we've got no choice. We'll have to go see Mr. Albedo.
Who's Mr. Albedo?
He's my older brother. He's super duper smart. He can do and he knows how to paint too. He paints Hilly Churls, Kaya, and even
Oh, is that right? Then I guess Mr. Albedo must be an artist working with the iPublish.
an artist. Oh, that means he has 2 jobs. One as an alchemist, teaching Sucrose alchemy, and the other as an artist, doing painting. Yoimiya, let me show you something. Mr. Albedo taught me.
Wow, I can see the resemblance. Oh, hey, you can even write the story over here to explain what's happening.
Okay.
Oh, shoot! Dodoko sure had a lot of fun in Inazuma.
Those two sound like they really did.
Now, we have to get Dodoko's story. Here we are.
This Dad Publishing House. Ooh, it's Auntie Aratani. I know Auntie Aratani.
Who?
Auntie? Who's that calling me Auntie? Oh, it's the little girl who came with Mr. How can I help you, little girl?
Auntie Aratani, can you help me get
Dodoko? Oh, so you've been writing a story?
Not only that, Dodoko is also real. Look!
Huh? I don't quite understand.
We'd better explain this to her.
Oh, I see. Oh,
Perfect.
the deadline has passed for accepting printing orders for the Iridori Festival.
Auntie, are you saying Dodoko won't be able to meet everyone after all?
Oh, she's doing the sad puppy dog eyes look.
Oh, I'm sorry, little girl.
Oh, it did not work.
Oh, Klee, don't be upset. You still have me and the Traveler. Miss Aratani, is there any way at all we can still get this printed? We can pay extra. And if you're short on staff to help with the printing...
Miss Yoimiya, I understand we've been printing many people's personal works for this festival, and a lot of the books are already well behind schedule. At the printing press at a time like this, we really can't squeeze any more jobs in.
What do? Seems like
No, I won't let that I remember this one time when I was little. Pop said he'd take me to the festival, but he was so busy with work that he forgot all about it. I waited and kept wondering when Pops was finally gonna take me there. Eventually, that night, I cried miserably. To this day, I still remember how sad I felt. I don't want Klee to feel the same way. If we can't get it printed,
Then I can paint. Over the next few days, I'll paint as many as I can.
My. Yoimiya has quite a determined spirit. I like it very much.
Was one that they took just
It's Miko and
and-
Albedo too.
We heard everything.
Oh, Lady Ai.
It's okay, I know. You were just following the rules. Plus, we really are quite behind schedule with the print. But our mission at Yai Publishing House is to bring dreams and happiness to the masses. It would be a crying shame if we couldn't even help one adorable little girl fulfill her wish. Let me think. Oh, I know. Yoimiya, little girl, you can print your book, but on one condition.
Of course, Lady Guji. Just tell us. Whatever this condition is, I am ready.
Dear me, it's nothing that horrendous. You make it sound like I'm some sort of wicked witch. All I mean is, if you want to get your work printed now, there is only one way. You have to combine it with another print. However, there is only a small amount of space remaining in the book in question. Your book is too big, so you have to reduce it to about half the size to make it fit. Is this a sacrifice that you're willing to make?
Klee, Lady Guji is saying that we can print the book if we shrink it to half the size. Are you okay with that?
Yup, I am. Thanks, Miss Gucci lady.
What an adorable little girl. Well, that settles it. Aratani, make sure it gets printed with tonight's batch.
Yes, Lady Ai. I'll get right on it.
Combining the prints is a plausible solution, but it'll cause a lot of extra work for the printing press. I am terribly sorry about that.
No problem. Just think of it as my greeting gift for little Klee. Besides, the Yai Publishing House will need your help with the illustrations again next time, Mr. Calx. You could also consider it as my investment. All right, I won't disturb you two any longer. Bye-bye now.
Bye.
Yay! Everything worked out perfectly. Now, we just need to...
Yoimiya, Traveler. Thank you for keeping Klee so exceptionally well entertained.
No worries.
Yes, you're right. Klee is family, after...
Mr. Chalk wasn't able to get a manuscript
On the
handed in
next
time
day.
for the festival.
Okay. Well. Claim all of these bad boys.
Absolutely.
Up. Perfect. Scoop the 14. Tunes. There we go.
Look, Miss
Later.
Honorary Knight, Auntie Aratani brought us Dodokos. Now we can finally see what secrets Klee and Yoimiya were.
Oh, it's really nothing that exciting.
It's the story of Dodoko.
And me. And you guys.
And, oh, pretty cute. Cute. Oh, okay.
Paimon's in the story too. This is Paimon's first time featuring in a.
Of course we included Paimon. This is the story of everyone's big happy adventure with Dodoko.
This story is me and Yoimiya's gift for Miss Honorary Knight.
Lady Yai wanted me to inform you that since this book was printed together with another work, there are many more copies than you may have anticipated. We won't charge you a printing fee, but in exchange, the extra copies of your book will be included as a free gift with purchases of the other book. Is that okay with you?
Oh, are you sure? I mean, it's fine by us, but what does the author of...
Actually, the book that yours was printed with is called the Tevat Travel Guide.
Hey, that's Mommy's book!
So, Klee's mother is a writer?
Klee's mother, Alice, is a renowned adventurer in Tevat, and the Inazuma edition of her popular Tevat Travel Guide series is set to be released imminently. Lady Yae has already decided on how to promote it, a joint endeavor by Tevat's biggest and best mother-daughter adventure duo. It's sure...
Paimon knew it! Mika would never do anything.
A typical move by Lady Ai. It works out well for everybody.
Yep, I'm super happy because my book gets to be released together with Mommy's book. It's like me and Mommy going on an Oh, I'm so glad I came. The Iridori Festival is the best!
Aww, that's cute.
Love this fandom.
Okay, what's next? I'm gonna skip up, climb.
Who is this Jinyu everyone keeps talking about?
Traveler, Paimon, how are you?
You must be Calx. It's a great... forgive me. It's rude of me to introduce myself.
And you may call me Albedo, then.
No, that would be...
Why not? Seeing as we're both friends of the Traveler, it'd be more convenient for us to use our real names. Besides, we've already corresponded with each other many times before. In fact, I feel a bit self-conscious seeing you act so politely.
It's not just you, Albedo. We haven't seen Chincho act this awkward before either.
You guys, it's certainly not good taste for you two to be teasing me like that. Oh, by the way, we happened to find a story from the poem hunt competition at the docks.
You know, that thing where we have to find pieces of paper with stories of the five Kassen?
Huh? Oh, I understand the story now. Thank you. It's very helpful.
Splendid. Though, I'm still piecing together the story myself. Would you kindly explain it to me in more detail?
If all of you are free, why don't we discuss this over a meal?
Well, about that.
Do you have other plans, Shincho?
No, not at all. Speaking of dining, Shimura's unagi chasuke is quite delicious. Would you like to go there?
Shimura's. Unfortunately, today is a bit windy. How about Uyu Restaurant instead?
That's perfectly fine with me. But I must first unpack my luggage. Let's meet later at Uyu Restaurant.
Something didn't quite add up just now.
Huh? No way! Paimon thinks we acted well together. Did we say something we weren't supposed to?
No, Paimon, I'm not referring to us. Traveler, what are your thoughts?
That was gonna be a good date. Why are we gonna ruin it?
Huh? Shincho's suspicious. Hey!
Paimon, you read the poem, right? Although it may seem confusing to Xingqiu on its own, what if we read it together with a previous poem we found?
Read them together? Suiko lost Aoi no Okina's poem in a drunken stupor. So, Aoi no Okina recovered the poem and gave it to some mysterious person. Huh? Wait a minute. Could today's story be hinting that the one who stole the latest copies of A Legend of Sword is Shincho himself? No way! That can't be right! Shincho only arrived in Inazuma this morning.
And that is precisely the point of suspicion. If Xingqiu had only just arrived in Inazuma, how could he recommend Shimura's chasuke? Moreover, He didn't raise any questions when I suggested another place because of the windy weather. This means he knows that Shimura's is an open-air restaurant.
Are you saying that Shincho has already been in Inazuma for some time? And that he's only pretending
Yes, that is indeed.
What? How could Shincho be the book thief? His mission is to fight for justice, isn't it? There's no way he'd do something like...
Calm down, Paimon. Even though this is the first time I've met Shincho in person, we've communicated via letters for some time now. I do have some understanding of his character. I think there must be some deeper motive at play here. The story...
Oh? Could she...
It's difficult to say at this point. But given that Uyu Restaurant is indoors, I'll be relying on your assistance to get to the bottom of this matter. Good. Then let's head to Uyu Restaurant.
Alright, cool. Good thing.
I don't see anyone suspicious around. It seems clear for the moment.
Oh, this whole thing's starting to make Paimon a little nervous.
First, we must ascertain whether Shincho was already in Inazuma or not. If we can find evidence of him deceiving us, since we're still waiting for him, why don't you go and chat with other guests in the restaurant and...
Alright, let's go. Sorry. Oh.
Hello there. What can I...
Hi! Do you have any
Why, of course. I personally recommend our freshly caught seafood. It's been pouring these past 2 days, so the fish...
So the weather at sea has...
It sure has. A few guests from...
Oh, this...
Kyoto.
The last phase of the Irodori Festival is when they release the all-new publications.
That's right. A signed first edition is going to become...
I've seen Genyu's signature before. His handwriting is super...
You'll be there in person on the day of the release, so...
Wait a minute. Did you just hear that? Not only will Shincho be signing novels...
Welcome to Uyu Restaurant. Please talk to me.
Albedo, what should we talk...
If he really is hiding something...
Oh, come to think of it...
Is that so...
That was delicious. Inazuman cuisine largely consists of fresh seafood, which is certainly to my liking.
That's good. We were worried you might not have an appetite because you didn't sleep. Now's our chance. Let's talk to Shincho and see if he says it. Maybe we could start by asking him about the journey.
This one.
Well, I've never embarked on such a long journey before. Though I was quite excited when we set off. The long days...
Speaking of the journey, did anything noteworthy happen along the way?
Well, to be honest, I spent most of the trip with...
Well, that didn't help.
Then what book?
By the way, Shincho...
Oh, I was reading a novel called Pretty Please Kitsune Guji. It was sent to me by my editor.
Didn't you feel dizzy while...
It was nothing I couldn't handle. Don't forget, I'm proficient in the arts of the Guhua clan. That being said, there were quite a few people...
Well, there doesn't seem to be anything...
And then...
To be honest, there wasn't much to see. Just water all around, morning to night. The sheer monotony of the trip caused everyone to grow. So, when the peak of Mount Yogo finally appeared in the distance as we approached the islands of Inazuma. However, the ship sailed along at a crawling pace. It took a whole day from the time we saw the mountain peak to the time we...
Paimon didn't catch anything suspicious so far. Oh, right! If it took an entire day to reach the docks, then it would have been pouring rain at the time they saw it.
We learned a couple of things from his account, but we still require more evidence. Let's discuss creating novels with Xingqiu.
Speaking of illustrations, Albedo, I've long wished to express my sincerest gratitude for providing... My novel didn't sell well in Liyue, so I must admit that I had some reservations regarding it, yet you've consistently managed to select the most important scene of the chapter for your illustrations. This made me feel as...
Thank you. However, I took some risks in the illustrations. Light novel illustrations are typically centered around the characters, but this time...
Well, that scene was intended to depict the change in the world, so I thought it very fitting to draw only scenery.
No, there was a crack in his alibi. My illustrations were sent for printing the moment they arrived in Inazuma. So, logically speaking, there's no way he could possibly know what the illustration... Xingqiu, we have something very important.
Oh? Why the solemn looks all of a sudden? Huh? I'm afraid I don't follow.
Mr. Okazaki told us earlier that actually the weather at sea was very bad these last few days.
On top of that, the latest installment of A Legend of Sword will only be revealed at the Irodori Festival. Even we, the creators, haven't received a sample copy.
Well...
The jig's up, Xingqiu. Are you in some kind of danger but can't tell us the truth?
No, please. You I suppose my lack of sleep is inevitably taking its toll on my mind. I didn't notice for a moment. I did in fact come to Inazuma early to handle some things. Let me consider how to explain this.
Oh! Well, if this isn't a coincidence, I didn't expect to see everyone...
Huh? Tone-deaf bard, what?
I heard that the owner of this establishment has some fine-aged wines.
Paimon knew you couldn't possibly be up to anything good.
Says who? In fact, I come as the I just bumped into Kujo Sara a moment ago. She said that the Tenryou Commission has apprehended the criminal who stole all those copies of A Legend of Sword.
Huh? The criminal who stole A Legend of
did I say something?
Oh no. The person they apprehended.
Apologies, Kujo Sara didn't mention a name. But...
Everyone, it's too late to explain. We must make haste.
No. You tell us. You need to tell us everything while we're leaving.
Please, wait. Onodera is in-
Oh, so you must be the author of A Legend of Sword. I didn't expect-
Anyway, you mustn't take him-
No need to worry, Zhenyu. I've just explained everything to Madame Kujo, and-
Yes. In fact, we were just getting ready to leave.
Oh, you... Wait a minute.
Well, to be precise, we had dispatched 2 additional squads here, in order to prevent the suspect from-
Xingqiu looks pretty flustered. What exactly is going on?
Though it's most embarrassing, in the end, I'm the one-
No, Zhenyu. It's only appropriate that I take responsibility for this. For the Irodori Festival, I recommended the idea of selling newly released novels signed by the author. Not only was this the first major project I was in charge of since joining the Yai publishing house, but Lady Yai, however, I did not discuss our plans with the authors in advance.
Yes, to be frank, calligraphy is not my strong point, so signing events are really not my
Even though such an event will be difficult for Zhenyu, after telling him how important the plans were to me, he immediately boarded a ship to Inazuma to come up with a solution. So these past few days, Genyu has been actively practicing his handwriting. However, it takes time to sign each book, and we realized the time we reserved for the signing was not nearly. So I came up with the idea of moving the new books from the warehouse to my place. That way, Genyu could use these few days to sign them all. I thought everything would work out without a hitch. I never expected that someone would immediately realize. To make things worse, I was on vacation and staying with Genyu in my house these past few days. I had no idea that the situation had... All of this happened because
Onodera, I agreed to your proposal because I didn't want the readers to know. Also, I knew that Onodera had been misled by one of my priors. At a previous event, the Yai Publishing House had requested autographs of authors. I practiced tirelessly for an entire day to finally deliver a stylish... But, looking back on it now, I had dug myself into a hole by delivering that nice...
Hey, come on, you two. Loosen up a little. The theft was nothing more than a simple misunderstanding.
Yeah, that's right. All that matters is that Shincho and his books are okay.
Onodera, I think you should explain the truth regarding the stolen books to the rest of the people on Rito.
Yes, I understand. I'll apologize to everyone.
We should probably be heading back to Rito as well. Let's tag along.
Okay. Oh wait, wrong way. This way.
Onodera, what are you doing here? Aren't you supposed to be on leave these few days?
Maybe.
I'm very sorry for all the trouble that I've caused.
Yes, Onodera, but why didn't you tell everyone earlier? If you had told us, we could have thought of some ways to help you.
That's right. We're a team, and we should be helping each other in tough situations like this.
Let's leave the past behind us now. Our first priority is to help Genyu with his signatures. How is your progress so far?
My progress is not what I had hoped for. Even after working through the night these past few days, I've only finished perhaps 1/10 of the signatures.
Oh, no wonder Shincho looked so sleepy today.
I understand. Murata, go back to Yai Publishing House and get Aratani to book a room on the second floor of the Uyu restaurant. We'll be using it for Genyu's emergency calligraphy lessons.
Yes, Mr. Hirayama. It just so happens that my brother is a calligrapher. Should I ask him to lend his assistance as well?
Yes, good idea. Ah, you've just reminded me. 2 calligraphers from Liyue arrived today.
It seems I'm really in for...
No need to worry, Genyu. I'm sure you can do it. Didn't you finish the last chapter of your novel in just 1 week?
Yes, but writing novels and learning calligraphy are...
Even though Shincho still has to deal with his handwriting issue,
I always used to prefer working alone in my workshop, but I've come to...
We also owe a special ode of gratitude to the mysterious person who has been leaving important info for us along the way.
Huh? You mean whoever left behind...
Pardon me, but...
Oh, right.
And then I explain.
I see. It appears that Onodera and I were... Albedo, may I ask you one thing? Are you able to not only do I owe the successful resolution of today's incident to...
No problem. Considering the similarities between the portrait and the events they've taken...
That figure was none other than Aoi no Okina himself. This turn of events had begun with an unnamed individual, under whose coercion, Aoi no Okina was forced to take drastic measures to retrieve a page of poetry. He knew nothing of this individual's true intentions. All he knew was that the poem had to do with an old acquaintance, Akahito.
My.
Albedo really is something. He finished the portrait of Aoi no Okina in no time at all.
True.
Wonder how Shincho's calligraphy training is going at Uyu Restaurant. Oh, hello? Mr. Storywriter? He's a friend of ours in the release of it.
Kitty.
Oh, was
It is.
It was just a cat. Looks like we can't make them reveal themselves that easily. It's getting late now. But let's go back and get some
Or
rest.
is that
We
cat
still have to go to the
someone
docks and wait for
else?
another ship tomorrow morning.
Oh. Hello. Who are you? You're a mechanic. Oh, it's this thing. Long story short, it's an old event that we get to do again. Yes. Yes. Huh? Uh-huh. Oh, this is different. I'll take that. This. That. Yes. Do that. I'll have Yanfei.
I charge a higher rate to meet outside the office.
And
What's that? Join you for a walk?
I think I can do this. Oh, I fell. Okay, let's try this again. Probably have another one of these. Dismantle that. Construct it over here. Never mind.
No touching! Born of ice and frost. Shine down!
No. I wasn't ready for them.
Healthy body.
Nope, not ready for that. Ha. That was funny. No. That's funny.
Motion to compel. No touching.
Oh, fell. Hey Stevenson, how's it going? You remember doing this? Because I don't.
We're way behind schedule. Next on the agenda.
Hey, no. Close. I. But it goes back.
We're way behind schedule. Access denied. Illusion shattered. Incinerate! Motion to compel.
I'll take it. When you're free. Ooh. It's his birthday. Did not make it. armor. That doesn't make sense to me. It does not.
I'll remind you again. The law can be both a help and a hindrance.
Let me try this one more. Okay, that should be good. And then I believe sucrose would be actually.
I can do it.
And
Whatever would you do without me?
at least that's what I think is good. Right? One of these. I don't know what they do.
It's already time for us to be at the dock. The arrival schedule says ship stopover 1 person.
Need dismantle these. I'll put one here. And one here. Okay, let's start.
Incinerate!
Oops.
Stand clear. Absorption test.
Oh, don't have enough. Oh, no. I need probably a fire one. There. And rotate.
We're way behind schedule.
No touching. Animal test 6308. Absorption test.
Right here. Emerge. Right now.
Animal test 6308.
Next on the agenda.
I fell. No.
Absorption test. Motion to compel. Stand clear. Animal test 6308.
Show them. Right here.
Incinerate. Absorption test.
Okay, did it. I fell again.
Animal test 6308.
Keep falling. That's not good. Oh, they did it. Okay.
Access denied. Stand clear.
Emerge. Right here. Right now.
Absorption test. Stand clear.
Emerge. Right now.
No touching. Access denied. Boom! Absorption test. Stand clear. Incinerate.
Come on now. Right here.
Next on the agenda.
Born of ice and frost. Animal test 6308.
Dude, made it.
No touching. Born of ice and frost. Boom! Access denied. Stand clear. Incinerate.
Emerge. Right now. Emerge.
Man.
Boom!
Show them. Right here.
No touching.
New record. You dislike this event? Yeah. Same. But I want the parrying one. Ooh, must be this one then. This one's alright. I might have to do this off stream because I really don't want to do these. So let's just speedrun the next one. Let's go. I really like the banner on these flags.
Look! That figure on the wharf! It looks like Kazuha!
That's because it is.
Greetings, traveler in Paimon. I heard there would be guides for the Iridori Festival, but I didn't
We didn't expect to see you either! Returning as a guest for the Iridori Festival.
I was a little surprised myself when I received the invitation. But after wandering the outside world for so long, it's good to have an opportunity to return to my homeland and pay respects to my old friends.
Kazuha, when we saw you in the distance just now, you seemed to be looking for something.
Ah, yes. You see, when I came off the boat, I could tell they were not footsteps of a regular passenger. But by the time I turned, even though I didn't manage to catch a glimpse of them.
Oh, does the paper...
Huh. How did you know? Fascinating.
I tell you.
It's almost hard to believe such things could happen. Sure, here it is.
Akito. Akahito.
Last time, Aoi no Okina's story this time basically says that Akahito got it. Well, if Paimon were to rate today's story, it sounds pretty unfortunate.
I don't think there's anything particularly wrong with this story.
But according to the story, Akahito was exiled by the Shogun because of his wrongdoings. Huh? Traveler, what are you thinking about?
Ah, by the way, you mentioned that your friend has been struggling in Liyue and Inazuma. There is a saying, that which has been stamped has also been signed. While sailing at sea, I sometimes carve things to pass the time. If you wish to create a stamp for...
Wow, that's an idea! Quick, let's go tell Albin!
We're way behind schedule.
Yes, we are, Ganyu. First, I need to make fishing. Nope, not the fish I want. Okay.
Next on the agenda.
Let's go. Beto, I need help.
Albedo, we figured out a way to help Shincho!
Tell.
Interesting. A story of the 5 Kasen appears again. Stamped seal, huh? Indeed, it is an efficient solution. If we use a stamp, then Xingqiu won't have to struggle with his handwriting anymore. Since Xingqiu's signature has been previously revealed to the readers, it would seem... But I have another idea. Using a seal is a part of it, of course.
For a second, I thought that was Yaimiko.
Welcome home, almighty Shogun. Make sure you get in line early to buy your special edition drink!
Yeah. I want the Yaimiko. We have Yaimiko at home. Right. Talk to... Where is he? Oh. I can go upstairs? What? There he is.
Yes, that's it, Genyu.
And how's your night,
writing
Sir
has greatly
Nestor?
improved today, which means yesterday's intensive
How you
training was
been?
effective.
My apologies, but I simply can't do it anymore. My hands are so sore that I can't even move them anymore. I should have known better than to read novels during calligraphy
Chill
class.
it. Nice. Yeah. Me too, more or less.
You just had a 10-minute break. Come on, you can do this.
When it comes to pushing a
Finally
deadline,
back to
there's no one
streaming
more brutal
after
than Mr. Hirayama.
2 weeks of
No wonder Lady
not
Yai
streaming.
would always send the editorial director to handle
And
troublesome
hopefully
authors.
tomorrow we get to
Whoa,
stream
This is getting scary. It hasn't even been that long, and
one
Shicho's
more
already
time
zombified.
for another 2 weeks.
Mr. Hirayama, we found a solution that might just solve our in both Liyue and Inazuma. Seals are widely used as the equivalents of a signature. If we use a stamp to leave the author's seal on the books, then we could make the signature process a lot easier. Of course, a seal on its own is not enough. So, I propose that each signature consists of 2 parts. First, we'll use a personalized seal. We can simply carve one using Chenyu's signature as the design. In addition, I'll also design a simple but elegant pattern that's easy for Chenyu to write. That way, he will only need to draw a simple pattern.
Let me think. All right, I think that would work. Not only does it still involve the author's own handwriting, but there is...
So, what you mean to say is...
Mr. Hirayama, it suddenly occurred to me that the reason we gave up on live book signings previously was because it would take too long for the author to sign each book. But if we adopted Calx's proposed method, we might have enough. And if all the authors signed their books in the same fashion, then Genyu's signature wouldn't look out of place.
If you think it's feasible, I would certainly be happy to design...
Yes, and you may leave carving the stamps to...
In that case, I shall contact the other 2 authors participating.
Nice.
It is a great honor to use a signature designed by Calx.
My pen name is quite complicated and isn't suitable for signing events. However, if we implement...
Great! Looks like everyone's...
I'm sorry to have kept you busy for so long, Genyu. Please, take the next. The books that Genyu already signed can be used as special prizes in future events held by the Eye Publishing.
We did it.
Thanks to everyone's efforts, Onodera and I are finally...
That's right!
We're way behind schedule.
There's been so many lively young customers recently.
We still have some time to burn. Where should...
Traveler,
Ooh,
there you
yeah.
are.
Oh, it's Ayaka! And Venti!
I was just going to the festival venue to prepare the Ikebana lesson when I found a strange piece of paper on a flower stand. This bard just happened to be close by at the time. He informed me that you've also found similar... But the paper she found isn't quite the same. Here's the paper. Please, have a look.
That's really short.
Huh. All the poems we found before were roughly the same length.
And even though there are only 2 short sentences, neither of them are next to the title or... The position of the writing seems to indicate that there is other content written on this paper besides these...
If we take the poem literally, it reads, "Dip this paper in water and see the truth natural." Speaking of which, I have an ancient text at home, specializing in ancient and exotic stories. It mentions a...
So, shall we give it a whirl?
Right up.
Wow, look! It's really working! More... Let Paimon see what it says.
Akihito.
Story says that after after Sumizomi got the collection of poems from Akihito and put the plagiarized words in the poem became blurry.
You see, Paimon, in the past, when printing was not yet well developed, handwritten text could ease to ensure the text lasted longer. They'd either write using a special ink, or such special inks are time-consuming and laborious to produce. However, since Akihito's poetry collection was an important gift to be presented to the shogun, but as for the plagiarized poems, not only would they lack Akihito's seal, but the words would also react differently when exposed to liquid.
Was by someone
Means
else.
Akihito.
Yes, it appears that this is the truth that Sumizome's story is trying. Although the story is saddening, I've Kazuha, Ayaka. Would you be willing to be the models for my pic?
I would be delighted.
Yes, as
There you go. The next two portraits should.
Yes. And now that all 4 stories have all been collected.
But there's one more you found.
Long ago, Inazuma had 5 legendary poets. People bestowed upon them the title of the 5 Kasen.
One year, the poet Suiko made his way to Tenshukaku and presented the Kasen's work for the shogun's perusal. But a page from the works of Aoi no Okina had been torn out, and Suiko was questioned regarding the matter. Suiko pleaded guilty. He admitted to drinking at the tavern the night before, and vaguely recalled a mysterious figure approaching while he was intoxicated.
That figure was none other than Aoi no Okina himself. This turn of events had begun with an unnamed individual, under whose coercion Aoi no Okina was forced to take drastic measures to retrieve a page of poetry. He knew nothing of this individual's true intentions. All he knew was that the poem had to do with an old acquaintance, Akihito.
Akihito had once belonged to the 5 Kasen. Each poem he composed, he marked with a scarlet red seal, hence the Aka in his name. Such a distinguished writer was he, and yet one of the poems he had submitted the previous year was found to be plagiarized. Akihito was exiled for his crimes, and only 4 of the 5 Kasen remained.
Sumizome went over Akihito's poems and noticed that the plagiarized poem lacked his seal. She immersed his poetry in a stream nearby, and only on the plagiarized poem did the ink run. Aoi no Okina passed by and witnessed Sumizome's doing, which he then recorded in a poem. Thus transpired the events of Suiko's poetry submission, and this is where the story comes to an end.
It's so nice to de-stress.
Oh. Cool.
Yeah. Ever since we completed the story of one of the 5 Kasen is called Kuranushi, right? It's just that how could the story of the 5 Kasen finish without him appearing at all?
Oh, have you really not noticed?
Huh? Not noticed what?
What he means is that the story of Kuronushi was already embedded within the 4 poems.
Huh?
That's right. The key lies in the poem that Aoi no Okina wrote after seeing Sumizome rinsing the poetry. An average person could never understand the scene of a young girl washing Akihito's poetry collection in a stream. Even Aoi no Okina couldn't figure out the meaning behind Sumizome's actions. He was simply reminiscing. However, for the perpetrator who framed Akihito, it was completely obvious. He was worried that if this poem was seen by the shogun, then the shogun could discover the truth behind the... So, in desperation, he threatened Aoi no Okina to make him tear out this poem.
Which means the one who threatened Aoi no Okina is the same person that framed Akihito. What? Kuranushi?
That's right. Though there are only 4 poems, they still managed to tell the complete story of all 5 Kasen. Since the shogun mentioned in the poems is certainly not the one of the 5 Kasen, The only character left is the mysterious one with an unknown identity.
Oh, okay.
However, this also brings something. The story of the Five Kasen has more or less reflected everything that's been happening around us lately, which begs the question, is there a Kuronushi in our world?
A Kuronushi?
Speaking of which, I wonder if our dear Kazuha has come up with anything.
Oh, right! Kazuha! He's been pretty quiet.
Welcome, almighty Shogun.
Or it's the Rika.
Sure you get in line early to buy your special edition drinks. Hey, Kazuha! Are you okay? You've been standing in front.
Apologies for making a wild assumption, but has the story of the Five Kasen remind?
Yes. A few things did come to mind, actually. I don't mind sharing the stories, but I'd prefer not to bring you any more trouble.
Hey, we're all friends here,
Kaidehara, please forgive my assumption, but perhaps you were thinking of the Raiden Gokuden?
The Raiden Gokuden?
It appears that Miss Kamisato and I were thinking of this, but it also has much to do with the Yashiro Commission. It would be improper to speak of it here without the consent of Miss Kamisato.
It's fine. Those of us here are all trustworthy, so there isn't any harm in it. However, this matter is somewhat complicated and may be difficult to explain. Let me start with the Raiden Gokuden. As you all know, the Yashiro Commission's primary purpose is managing ceremonial and cultural affairs, and Inazuma's art of forging swords is a very important part of our culture. The Raiden Gokuden were once the top 5 schools of the forging art in Inazuma. Although these families were swordsmiths by craft, they also held many important positions in the Yashiro Commission. Unfortunately, of the 5, only the Amenoma art still maintains its artisan lineage. The descendants of the Ishin art are also still alive, but the craft has been lost to time. The descendants of the Ishin art are none other than the Kaidehara family.
Whoa! We knew Kazuha came from a noble family, but we had no idea about his connection to the Yashiro Commission.
Yes, but that's all part of the past now. The Ishin art was lost with my great-grandfather's My grandfather was dissatisfied with my great-grandfather's lack of effort. When he was young, my grandfather, and in my generation, our last remaining family property was lost as well.
I heard my elder brother mention that the decline of the Raiden Gokuden happened very rapidly. In the span of a few decades, 3 of the families suffered very later. There was speculation that all of these misfortunes stemmed from some background machinations, meaning that someone wanted to wipe out the Raiden Gokuden. However, since not every family of the Raiden Gokuden came to ruin, such explanations were treated as nothing more than a
Indeed. I've also believed such ideas were just... However, I know that a major incident happened to my great-grandfather when he was young. Not only did it affect the Kaedehara clan, but it nearly jeopardized the Kamisato clan's position in the Yashiro. After reading the story of the 5 Kasen, I can't help but feel...
What exactly happened here?
I still can't say. I need to speak with someone to verify the detail. I will tell you everything I know.
Secrets, secrets. Ooh, we get 2.
Next on the agenda.
It's over there. What? Oh.
We're way behind schedule.
Oh. are you? Sure. No weapons. It's where your face were check your points on technique menu. Parry. Okay. So third. What buttons do I press?
It's my lucky day!
Ow. Oh, she did it. 34 seconds. Let's go. Is that it? Okay. So now him. I like how there's like no sound other than the waves.
Teach me a lesson.
Okay.
Watch your step!
I got this. 19 seconds. Let's go. Ooh, another one. Okay. I'm ready.
Let me try my blade. That won't work. Cheap tricks. This will end you!
Damn. 23 seconds. Okay, okay, not bad. Let's go. Let's go. Harumaru. This is the fight. Let's go. I get to fight him. Tower Mouse is the only one that scares me. Look at him. Standing there. Menacingly. Oh, he grew. Oh. He missed. Damn. Everyone else was sub 40 or sub 35. Doggo took 42 seconds. This is fun. This one's more fun than the other ones. Within 75 seconds. What did I not do? We can get this one. Okay. Let me do one of all of the levels. So
Feel my blade! Ah!
uh, 34, 32. Okay. And let's see, what does this one? Ow. I missed. Hey, no fair. That was a second. Okay. Is that okay. Perfect. Okay. So they're all gonna be the same. I like that one. What is this one? This over here. Oh. Before I do, can I place a the dodge is So it was just fun. Yeah, I like out of all of them, I actually do like the doggo one a lot. Dodge, George. He's the most fun out of everyone. Why can I place a... Or do I need to craft one? There we go. It's okay. Speed run all of these. Fragrance. Okay. Launch screen. Pilot. Yes. To follow trans theme specific thing. Okay, so it's time based.
Why do things
Yeah.
have to be this way?
Where's type, scene, and base.
Come on, don't be upset.
Oh. Okay. Um. Okay. Uh. 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 uh Uh, uh, short. Right? All of these. Yeah. So I'm creating this. Where is it? Short, short, medium, tall, tall. Short. M. Tall. Tall. It did it. Sakura. Kuya. Sakura. Nice. Complete the first. Second. Locked. That's so many hours, man. And I need to use the clock for the next thing. Ooh. 25. Let's go. Complete the fourth theme. Okay. Scoring.
If you lie on the grass, you can feel the heartbeat of the world.
Let me take a break from that and let me get some books.
Take heart. Victory will be ours.
Kazu has said he would wait for us at the 5 Kasim Plaza today. Let's go find him there.
Oh, she's falling infinitely. Up there we go. Oh. Hello. I'm stuck. I'm stuck. I can't jump. It's interesting. Let's try this again. And don't get stuck.
Next on the agenda... Access denied. Emerge. Right here. Motion to compel. Allow me. Born of ice and frost. Right now.
Ow.
Covenant of the Deep.
Access denied. Come on. Focus. Incinerate. Next on the agenda.
Perfect.
Next on the agenda. Access motion to compel. Breath of the flame.
Show them. Emerge right now.
Hold the line!
A sight to behold. Right here. Emerge.
Incinerate! Ha! Sya! 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 Ha! Sya! Boom boom! Time for your arraignment! Sya! Sya!
Meat. Give me meat.
Right here.
Incinerate! Allow me! Sya! Ha! Sya! Sya! Sya!
Right now. Emerge.
All hail!
Right now.
Motion to compel! Sya! 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 Wrap up the flame!
Come on out. Emerge. Right now. I'm always watching. Emerge. Right here. Emerge.
And he did not have a chance. Ooh, picture.
Right now. Right here. Dear me.
No touching! Rest and rebuild! Billowing surge! Boom boom! This is long overdue! Incinerate!
Yeah. Show them. What a nuisance.
Let's move down. Next on the agenda, Born of Ice and Frost. Motion to compel.
Come on out. Right here.
Boom boom! Inadmissible evidence!
Come on out. Emerge. Right here. A sight to behold. Emerge. Right now.
Okay. Now we do some money. That should... Oh, we just need one.
right here, right now.
Incinerate!
No touching! Access denied!
Blaze over!
Right here, emerge.
Covenants of the Deep!
Right now.
Born of Ice and Frost. Access denied. Motion to compel. Time for your arraignment.
No touching!
Show them. Right here. Emerge. Nothing lasts forever. Come on out. Right now. Right here.
Allow me!
Incinerate!
Perfect. Oh, never mind. And while I'm here, $38 of those. Oh, okay. That's pretty good.
Born of Ice and Frost. Access denied.
Show them. Emerge. Right now.
Rest and rebuild!
Show them.
Born of Ice and Frost.
Money. And more money. Or wait, that's 60, right? So what if we do... Okay, already did that one. Already did that one. And that one. Alright, let's do this one instead. Do I have enough? I think so. Ooh, but I don't have the electro one. That's a problem. That's a big problem. Is that a cooking thing? Suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Take one of those. I do one of those. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Craft. It's a crafting thing. Don't be suspicious or don't be suspicious. This one. 27. And then six. Now we go fight Raiden. Not 90. Let's do 80. Gonna have Raiden.
Stay close and you will live. I'll scout ahead.
And Gokumi. Or Bennett. I'll do Bennett.
You want me on your team?
Sure.
There is no escape! A fleeting shadow.
No touching! Born of ice and frost.
Gone!
I can fix this!
Illusions are but distractions.
Come back. Ooh, that's you.
I can fix this!
Shattered!
Access denied!
Let's light it up! Absurd! Erase all
Ow.
threats.
Ow. Ow.
Without yearning, all returns to silence.
Okay.
My contract goes
Ow.
unfulfilled.
Ruin follows my blade.
Okay, so she a tough one. No, I need. Oh. Well, first that. Yes. That. And that. Give her food. Ow.
Crush! Shine down! Perish!
No touching!
Restores 10. And climbing, sprinting. There we go.
Witness the final calamity! Ha! Shudder! Inferior!
We're way behind schedule. Born of ice and frost.
Perish!
Next on the agenda.
The odds are against us. Crush! Eternity is in my hands!
We're way behind schedule.
escape.
Ow.
Purge all obstacles.
Going in!
Shudder. Eluka. Inazuma shines eternal.
For Rex Lapis!
Vengeance will be mine. Beg for mercy.
Everybody stand!
Shudder. Deep gore. Torn to oblivion. Weak. Pathetic. Weak.
Born of ice and frost. This is long overdue.
The eye sweeps the land.
Oh, nope.
Crush. Inferior. There is no escape. Absurd. Insolent. Beg for mercy.
Touché.
Touche.
Let's light it up! Lightning falls on the land of eternity.
What a sorry sight.
This body is eternal.
Yeah. I'm scared. Oh, okay. Come back to me.
Access denied.
Perish! Crush! Inferior! Illusion shattered! Witness the final calamity! Perish!
We're way behind schedule. No touching.
Purge all obstacles! Beg for mercy! Inferior! Eternity is in my hands!
Ow.
Born of ice and frost. Access denied.
Perish! Let's light it up! Inferior! Crush! I'm going in! Now you shall perish! There is no escape! Beg for mercy! Freeze to the core! Shudder!
For Rex Lapis!
Beg for mercy!
Access denied.
Shudder! Shine down! Torn to oblivion! The eye sweeps the lands! Beg for mercy!
Born of ice and frost.
Ow.
Must press on.
This ends now. Inferior. Lightning falls on the land of eternity. Shine down! Crush! Let us cross swords.
Ow. Oh, hey, look. Ganyo's back.
Beg for mercy. This body is eternal. Purge all obstacles.
Access denied.
Everybody stand back! Ruin follows my blade. There is no escape. Perish. Shudder. Inferior.
Focus. No touching.
Witness the final calamity. Illusion shattered. Inferior. Let's light it up. Eternity is in my hands. Off we go! Let's light it up! Yeah. Perish! Crush! Yeah. Shudder! Vengeance will be mine! Crush!
Blaze over.
Now you shall perish! Teamwork is dreamwork! Beg for mercy!
Access denied.
Euthymia
We did it.
crumbles before me.
Alright. Okay. Then we just go back to the Yera. Which is no, not that.
Ah, you're here. It appears everyone has arrived. Last night, I visited a former servant who once worked for my family. I was in my great-grandfather's generation. The Ishin art was tasked with forging an important Goshinto according to an ancient forging diagram. Though all the craftsmen involved were very experienced, the process was still unsuccessful. When the deadline came, the blade still wasn't finished. So the craftsmen all fled, and the Kaidahara clan and Yashiro Commission then conducted an investigation. My great-grandfather and the head of the Kamisato, however, they met fierce resistance from the craftsmen, and in the end they were unable to prevent them from escaping by the Kaidahara clan was severely punished for the swordsmiths that had escaped, and the family Moreover, I heard that the head of the Kamisato clan was injured by the fleeing swordsmiths, which combined with his advanced age caused him to pass.
Yes. The sudden passing of the family head left the Kamisato clan leaderless. This single incident had profound effects. Even after the position as head of the clan was passed to my father, the Kamisato... But, thanks to my brother, everything is...
The failure to forge the blade was ultimately attributed to a lack of required skill and finesse. The Kaidahara clan and the Yashiro Commission always believed that was the case. However, the story of the 5 Kasen seems to imply that the failure did... Miss Kamisato, I heard yesterday that the Yashiro Commission... Might I ask you to do me a...
Yes, I understand. I will go back...
Festivals always attract so many people.
We're way behind schedule.
Where do I go?
Everyone, I've managed to find the old diagram. Though the diagram is well preserved, you can still tell that it's seen at least 3 or 4 centuries of history.
Whoa, that's pretty old. Is it still possible to find any evidence of tampering?
At this point, we can only try our luck and see how we fare.
Although the effect is not too obvious, Kazuha, this is clear evidence that this chart was indeed tampered with.
I see. But I fear that I've discovered this secret too late. When my grandfather was young, he proposed reviving the Ishin art many times to my great-grandfather. But my grandfather was only scolded for being too foolhardy. Yesterday, the former family servant said that my great-grandfather even went to the Yashiro Commission to request that diagram from the head of the Kamisato clan. He then showed that diagram to my grandfather and asked him and his subordinates to try to forge the sword. Sure enough, my grandfather also failed. My great-grandfather then told him, "If you can't find the secret within." My grandfather left Inazuma in a rage after hearing those words. He didn't ever see my great-grandfather again, even till the day of his Looking back at it now...
Oh, I heard that your great-grandfather was very industrious when he was young. But later in life, he no longer bothered with the forging arts.
Kazuha, did your great-grandfather really say, "If you can't find the secret within"?
Yes. The servant said that he personally heard those words. My grandfather was so angry at the time that he smashed my great-grandfather's chair.
Yes, it appears that you understand. Kazuha, if your great-grandfather thought that the Ishin art lacked finesse, then after witnessing his son's failure, wouldn't he have said something more along the lines of, "Your skills aren't..." But instead he said, "If you can't find the secret with..."
Huh? So you're saying my great-grandfather may have very well known that the failure was...
Yes. The current evidence...
I apologize, but would you all please accompany me? After I became a wanted criminal, the Tenryou Commission seized my family. I want to inquire about the whereabouts of those belongings.
All right,
Do I get a sword after this?
Next on the agenda... We're way behind schedule.
What are you all doing here? Did something happen on Rito?
Kujo Sara. Perhaps you still remember?
Yes, I do. You're Kaedehara Kazuha, a wanted criminal during the Vision Hunt decree. However, your arrest warrant has since been repealed.
Sara, we'd like to ask about the Kaedehara clan's property.
Yes, the items seized at that time are currently stored in the warehouse next to the police station.
No, I'm afraid you misunderstand. I'm not here to reclaim those belongings.
I see. All right, I'll inform the police station. They'll take you into the warehouse.
Thank you, Sara!
Kaedehara, about the Vision Hunt...
That's all in the past now, Kujo Sara. There's no need to mention it again. I know you've also had your own convictions and struggles. However, may I ask something of you?
Yes? What is it?
Currently, I have no plans to stay in Inazuma. As a result, those items from my family's estate are of no use to me, Madam Kujo. I believe you are a person of integrity. After our investigation is over, I'd like to ask if you can handle those belongings for me. Please, sell them, and use the money to help the poor.
All right, I understand. I'll be sure to take care of
Oh.
I've already informed the police station. There'll be someone to take you into the warehouse, so you may head there directly. As for all the belongings left by the Kaede...
Next on the agenda.
Ah, you must be here to investigate the Kaedehara clan's belongings. Well, Madame Kujo's already informed me of the situation. Please, come this way.
Yes, please. Thank you, sir.
Ah, the Kaedehara clan's belongings are stored in this warehouse. Unfortunately, the items are scattered throughout in order to save space. However, I have clearly marked the corresponding items, so they shouldn't be too difficult. I'll be waiting for you at the door. Please, come see me if you require any assistance.
Kazuha, since the items are scattered throughout the building...
Yes, sounds like a plan.
We're way behind schedule.
Sorry, many of the items were moved. Although the previous warehouse was large, the locks were dated and something was nearly stolen.
Oh, it's you.
Oh, since the Kaidahara clan was a family of renowned swordsmiths.
I'm afraid not. Although the sword rack is made of fine wood, the swords placed here appear to be quite ordinary. The blade on the sword hasn't been sharpened, but there are many signs of use on the hilt.
Let Paimon see! Oh, there seems to be a couple uneven. Paimon can imagine what Kazuha was.
I will continue investigating here and call you if...
Cool. Alright.
I'll be checking around here.
Okay. Good to know. Of course, he'll be in the books.
What did you find, Shinjo?
I found quite the pile of... These books here are all related to smelting steel. And these are about the process of work...
The books about plants and flowers must have...
I skimmed through them just now, but I didn't find anything particularly worth noting. I shall take a close...
Next on the agenda.
Twenty by the wines. Okay. I see.
There must be some... Do you see all these pots here?
Hey! Everyone else is trying hard to help, and you're over here looking for a drink. Well, Paimon doesn't really get what... What if we don't end up finding anything today?
I know you are worried about Kazuha. Since Kazuha made such a request to Sarah, that indicates he's already made his choice. Whether we find out the truth or not, no, not intuition. Leave the things here to me.
Then later.
Oh, it's you. Unfortunately,
Whoa, this folding screen looks pretty...
yes. Perhaps if it were better made. I was taking a closer look. The soil is deeply embedded into the cloth. That means a great deal of force was used when the dirt was lodged into the cloth. Because this is not what we are looking for. Let me think.
Albedo seems to be thinking...
Everyone, I've found something that you should all have a look at.
Up there.
Oh, seems Kazuha discussed...
That was annoying me.
This flower pot was in my house for a long time.
Yeah, the plants seem to have been dead for a while.
Well, after my great-grandfather stopped studying the forging arts, he picked up the hobby of but he specifically left behind this dead plant at the time, and even instructed my grandfather not to. My grandfather deeply regretted that he never managed to reconcile with my great-grandfather, so he left. But now that I think about it, my great-grand...
Now that you mention...
Yes.
Secrets.
I found something! Do you think someone already...
No, I do not think that is the case here. See the paper?
You mean to say that these sheets...
Yes, I agree with that.
Okay, let's...
There is a pond outside the police station.
Well, how did it go? Those weren't just plain.
Just as everyone guessed, after I sprinkled some water onto the paper, writing did indeed begin to appear.
Oh? What does the letter say?
It is. I'll tell you what my great-grandfather knew at the time, but before that, everyone, please.
That's pretty far.
It is something of a luxury, but I love listening to the rain from the courtyard. Next on the agenda... We're waving... Next on the agenda... We're way behind schedule.
Kaedehara, why did you lead us to this beach?
It is. In fact, my great-grandfather and the head of the Kamisato clan tracked the fleeing swordsmiths to this very location. Our hypothesis was correct. My great-grandfather was well aware of the truth behind it. Reads, to whoever reads this letter, I, Kaedehara Yoshinori, have been held to a certain secret throughout my entire life. I don't have much longer in this world, and after much consideration, I finally did all those years ago, when I was pursuing the swordsmiths alongside Commissioner Kamisato of the Yashiro Commission. I was not injured by one of the fleeing smiths.
Ooh, a flashback.
Rather,
it was night, and after the clues led us down to shore, I waited for the culprits to show themselves. However, there were no swordsmiths in sight. Only a single eccentric. This stranger claimed to be the one behind the failed forgings, and said that he had been patiently waiting for us. He then threatened to destroy the Raiden Gokaden. That person was of able body, and in a blink of an eye, myself and the accompanying samurai had been defeated. Commissioner Kamisato was severely wounded, and I barely escaped death myself. My hat had fortunately blunted a blow to my head. The unusual stranger could have easily claimed my life at that moment. But, after noticing my appearance, he stopped his attacks and sternly asked if I had any connection with the name Niwa. I answered that it was my father's surname, and after my father disappeared, I was adopted by the Kaedehara family. Upon hearing my answer, the stranger paused. After a long silence, he suddenly said, "Tell her this. My name is Kunikuzushi." He then turned and left.
Ooh.
Wow.
Yes. My great-grandfather and the head of the Kamisato clan escaped from death. However, due to the encounter, the head of the Kamisato clan was worried that my great-grandfather would be falsely accused of being involved with the perpetrator. So even on his deathbed, the master of the Kamisato clan cautioned my great-grandfather to never because the perpetrator said he would destroy the Raiden Gokaden. My great-grandfather worried that the perpetrator would still return. He said, "As the leader of the Kaedehara clan, I am deeply ashamed to witness the decline of the Ishin art. But as a father, it is my priority to ensure the safety of my children and... Yes, that's right. If my grandpa had Unfortunately, he failed to catch any of the hints in my great-grandfather's word. Miss Kamisato, it appears you were unaware of the
I suppose the reason the head of the Kamisato house never spoke of this to the family was if the perpetrator was capable of tampering with even the Shogun's diagrams and could single-handedly defeat many men, then he is not an ordinary enemy. I will discuss this matter with Brother shortly and investigate the identity behind the one called Kunikuzushi.
To be honest, as I read the letter, I felt much turbulence in my heart. But now I've managed to calm myself. My great-grandfather said in the letter that he did not wish his descendants to blindly seek revenge and be deceived by things of the past. Though he was in a tight situation when he wrote these words, I feel like they are still valid. I think what's most important for each person is not the past, but the present. Even though we must carry the burdens from the past, there are also things we wish to strive for. Therefore, knowing the truth behind what happened is enough for me.
Thank you for the follow.
I will live on just as my great-grandfather had hoped.
How
That
are
being
you
said,
in this fine night?
if the enemy from all those years
day,
ago is still
afternoon?
lurking and plotting to stir up more trouble, then I definitely won't turn a blind eye. These are simply insights I've gathered from all that I've experienced. Thank you all for accompanying me in my search for the truth behind that incident.
Great! Now that we're done here,
And skip Paimon. Hey. Bert.
Next on the agenda.
Back to Rito. Oh, festive swing.
today is the final stage of the Iridori
Hello, traveler. Paimon?
Albedo, why is the portrait of Kuranushi all covered up? Paimon wants to see what your Kuranushi portrait looks like.
Don't worry. The unveiling ceremony will be starting shortly.
Is
You'll
it
see
gonna
what it
be
looks like then.
us?
I will say that I'm most satisfied with this particular work. I even made a special trip to see someone in order to complete it. Is that so? Anyway, there is still time before the ceremony.
I think it might be me.
Festivals always attract so many people.
Look for your friends.
If you're tired from walking all around the festival, how about you sit right here and try my Inazuman snacks?
Well, hello everyone.
Hey! What are you two doing together? Don't think we didn't see you two chatting up a storm just now. The moment we came...
Is that so?
We were merely discussing wine and food.
Speaking of good sides with sake, I personally prefer fried.
Forget it.
If you're tired from walking all around the festival, we're way behind schedule.
Sit right here and make sure you get in line early to buy your special edition drink.
By the boat, I see.
Kazuha, what are you doing here?
I came here to take in the sea breeze. Such a bustling atmosphere. I knew you were still... Thank you. But please, don't worry. The things I said in front of everyone weren't just pretty sound. Look. See this familiar harbor in front of us? Before, you could sit here all day without seeing a single ship pass through. Instead, all you would see were soldiers. But now, it's become a bustling... Not only are foreigners coming to Inazuma again, but traffic between here and Watatsumi Island has also been picking.
Yeah. Inazuma's already started to change, huh?
I was thinking, in some ways, each and every one of us are similar. It might take a different... And when they finally let go.
Almost.
Inazuma's cooking. I'm not used to it at all.
Ah, greetings, traveler.
Oh, Ayato! We finally get to see the busiest...
Yes, there were many things which required my attention these past few days. Fortunately, the Iridori Festival is proceeding smoothly. The Tri-Commission cooperated closely to prepare this festival.
Brother and I are very grateful for your help.
Toma sure is taking his sweet time.
Yes. Today is one of the rare occasions when Brother isn't busy. I was going to buy some books, but he said he wanted to come along. His treat. However, he forgot his...
Paimon didn't think Ayato could ever be forgetful like...
Brother always works diligently, and it's rare. So, Toma and I really cherish such moments when he's forgetful.
That's cute.
Traveler, Paimon, it's a pleasure to see. Indeed it did. Thanks to you, the signing of—
Shinto.
You aren't mistaken. Though I'm ashamed to admit it. After all, I came to Inazuma under the pretext of evaluating a potential investment. If an acquaintance were to see me sitting— Fortunately, the crowds of readers that came flocking over— Oh, I should mention, Shu is also unaware of the real purpose of my trip. If you happen to meet him, then please accept my thanks in advance. I'll see you later at the unveiling—
It's time for the portraits unveiling ceremony. Let's head over to the Five Kasen Plaza.
Already here.
Everyone, welcome to the magnificent Iridori Festival. Today, we have ushered in the final stage of our festival. And now we will reveal the final portrait of the Five Kasen, Kuronushi, which was done by none other than our guest art—
Paimon has no idea what Albedo's portrait looks like.
Let's all count down together. 3, 2, 1. Huh? What's this? This piece depicts nothing but a background. I suppose Calx must have forgotten to include the character. Let's hear some words from Calx himself regarding—
Hello, everyone. First, I would like to say that the Five Kasen are legendary figures from ancient Inazuma, famous for their works of poetry. As time passed, poems were composed about them, and they became the subjects of many. I learned from existing sources about those stories that the character of Kuronushi is the deepest and most differing of the Five Kasen. Moreover, Kuronushi lacks a dedicated chapter among the stories. It's as if he is a behind-the-scenes role of the— Perhaps we can assume that every creator had a different understanding of Kuronushi. So, in the same way, I also wanted to leave this character to everyone's own imagination. After all, the Iridori Festival is a place for everyone to express their minds through creative work.
Yep, that's Albedo for ya. His super logical explanation is sure to win everyone's approval. Well, it seems that our adventures at the Iridori Festival have come to a close.
More or less, Albedo was just lazy and just said some things to make it seem.
Huh? Well, oh, right! We still haven't figured out who left. Really? Come on then, who is it? Tell Paimon! Well, that makes sense. Otherwise, there'd be no way to give the right paper to the right person. Right. Even though they were using stories to hint us toward Shincho's troubles, the real goal was to lead us to— Paimon gets it. Let's go! We'll get to the—
The one who left the stories of the Five Kasen.
Ah,
Really?
But seeing as you stumbled upon me, you aren't far from finding that person. Because other than me, there's only one.
It's that fake Raimiko. It was Rika. Maybe not.
Make sure you get in line early to buy your special edition drinks.
Yes, in fact, before doing the I think my current approach—
The person who left behind the stories of the After all, if they wanted to simply tell me what happened—
I'll probably get it. Wait, is Sarah?
Festivals always attract so many people. Ayato! You're the one behind the stories of the but don't you think you overdid it a little? Leading all your—
As it just so happens, one of the reasons I'm here today is to explain the details behind. First of all, the start of this whole incident was due to mere happenstance. You see, Lady Yai happened to catch sight of Xingqiu and the editor carrying the books away one night.
Huh? So it was Miku and Paimon knew it. This thing had...
That's right. But using the story of the 5 Kassen to guide you to the Kaedehara family's secrets was my personal touch. As for my roundabout approach, well, that was something which I had no choice but to do. Yes. Due to a certain incident that occurred earlier, I happened to notice the bonsai plants left behind by Kaedehara Yoshinori. I knew there was more than meets the eye regarding those papers, but it took me some time to figure out the secret behind the ink. The kind that would only... What Kaedehara Yoshinori said in the letter is very important for both the Kamisato clan. The Kaedehara clan used to be subordinates of the Kamisato clan. It was my ancestors who were unable to protect them all those years ago. Although he has the right to know the truth, the closer he draws to things hidden out of sight, the closer he also draws to danger. I had to confirm whether... Of course, I could outright tell him the truth that I had discovered. But maybe he doesn't have the will that's required. In that case, the truth would only become a burden. If he lacks the ability, then he wouldn't be able to find the truth in the first place. In which case, Kaedehara Yoshinori left his message in a roundabout way precisely for this. For a long time, I yearned for a suitable opportunity to convey this matter. Right up until the night when a legend of sword...
Oh, Paimon gets it now. Yeah, it wasn't only Kazuha.
I merely saw that this matter would be of value to you. And more importantly, I hoped that while Kazuha and Ayaka were looking for the answers together, they would have reliable friends who would be willing to protect them and make measured decisions. Friends who would spare no effort to lend a helping hand in times of trouble, because it is also very likely that you will face the same enemy together in the future. You already know the answer deep down inside, don't you? The answer is actually hidden in the portrait of Kuronushi. When there is no one else near the portrait, you can confirm with your own eyes. As for the means of revealing that answer, well, you have used it many times before.
I think I know what to do. Wait, what time? Midnight.
It's getting pretty late, so nobody... So Ayato must have been telling us to splash water... It's the Balladeer! So he was the one behind the trouble all those years ago!
When there is no one else near the portrait, you can confirm with your own eye. As for the means of revealing that answer, well, also, there's one last thing that we must discuss. I mentioned earlier that the occurrence of a certain incident made me notice the bonsai plant. It was just after the Shogun announced the abolition of the Sakoku decree. I heard that something had happened at They had discovered signs that someone had entered the warehouse storing the Commission's articles of evidence and confiscated items. I felt something unusual about that incident, so I told Kujo Sara of the Tenryo Commission to treat it as if nothing happened. She was not to increase... In the meantime, I sent a member of the Shumatsuban to keep watch over the warehouse. And sure enough, someone was sneaking in.
You mean...
I let him search for a while, but in the end, he found nothing. Soon after, he had to leave Inazuma by boat.
Why didn't you send someone...
The best way to protect a secret is to treat it as if it doesn't exist, is it not? Besides, the identity of this person is not hard to get. After he left Inazuma, I carefully checked the Kaedehara clan's belongings one by one, and I am certain that the papers are the secret which the infiltrator sought to find, though he couldn't confirm whether this secret existed at all. So, now on to my final question. Which part of Kaedehara Yoshinori's experiences was the secret that needed to be protected?
Not this one. One of these two. Middle.
I don't have an answer to this question at present, so I'll leave it to your. As for now, please enjoy yourselves at the era.
Nice. Ooh, that's cool though. And we got the crown.
So, what's the point of this story again?
Perfect. Now all that's left is that's also cute. But I'll be doing this off stream because it's gonna be almost midnight. It's been about more than 2.5 hours. So I think I'll call it for today.
Should we really be off work this early?
After we do
There is still
a temple. Just because we have enough for a temple. It wasn't venti. Sad. We get it now. Ooh. I think that's a C5. A bow, a ring, a sword, and a bow. Perfect. Oh.
What left to do?
Yep, C5. But yes, that would be it for. So, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you, Stacy, for following me. Tomorrow I'll most likely be streaming and tell you more about updates in my real life. But yeah, tomorrow will be Octopath Traveler, doing more story quests for that. And I'll see you guys next time. Let's see if anyone's online. If not, I'll just end the stream.
Make sure you get in line early to buy your special edition drinks.
There's one more.
What's the point of this story again?
Oh, she's ready. Oh, she's ending too. Okay. Yes. Oh, another one. Okay, perfect. I'll just make sure I got this. Got the name right.
It's so nice to de-stress.
Alright, guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow. And
Make sure you get in line early to buy your special edition drinks.
just like that. Bye.
Festivals always attract
Sing, it's for the rain. Yeah, welcome readers. I hope you had a good stream.